What's going on? We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. We up in this thing doing what we do. And we talked about on Early Morning Grind special Saturday edition this morning. Make sure you check out Early Morning Grind every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Goodfellas Sports TV. And if you miss it, catch the replay on the podcast or still be on YouTube. Create the podcast so you guys don't have to go back and watch everything on YouTube, with having an app open. And some of the Raw and Cut series we do on there, we kind of get really, really raw. We can't talk about things on YouTube. So, FYI, right? That link's in the description. But Crawford struck back on Pacquiao. Pacquiao said that Crawford was being protected by Bob Arum and them. That Terence Crawford was scared to fight him. That's what Manny Pacquiao said. He said Crawford was scared to fight him. He was being protected, and y'all knew Bud Crawford was going to strike back. He one of them dudes that will strike back on social media, like Tank and like some other fighters. He will rebuttal. He will respond. And, he bodied it. My P voice, Master P, if you don't know. And this is what he had to say. At Manny Pacquiao, you said I was scared of you. Stop it. You and I both know that you did not want to fight me, and that's why you fought Jeff Horn. I had to go behind you and clean up what you couldn't do because you thought it was sweet and take the easy route. You forgot. And Bud had to let him know. He had to let him know. He said, I had to go beat Jeff Horn because you couldn't do it to get the belt back to Scam Daddy Bob Arum. I had to get what Bob orders belt back for the strength of Top Rank. And it's plenty of videos out there of Freddie Roach saying that they didn't feel Manny Pacquiao, could beat Terence Crawford. His style was bad. Freddie Roach vouches for Crawford. He's fought him at least on one occasion I can remember, and that's when he had Victor Postile, and he beat the crap out of Victor Postile. I think he might have faced him on a number of occasions with different fighters, but can't remember any off the top. And you already know Terence Crawford is the absolute truth. We know that Bob Arum said that Pacquiao asked for $20 million guaranteed to fight Terence Crawford. And Bob Arum said, I'm not going in my pocket for nobody. And he tried to make that fight happen on several occasions. And even Freddie Roach, while he still was in Manny Pacquiao's corner, said that's just not a fight that they wanted. They did not want no smoke with Terence Crawford. They felt that Crawford was a bad style for Manny Pacquiao. And now Pacquiao was trying to flip the script. Now, it was at one point where people said Crawford, ducked Pacquiao at 140, I remember. And it was because he wanted to unify the division. And there was something going on saying that Crawford, if they wanted to fight, this is what it was. They wanted to fight Pacquiao, had to come down to 140. He wasn't leaving 140 to go up to 47 at the time because obviously he became undisputed champion, something that Manny Pacquiao never did in no weight class. So there was a big thing about weight. And people were saying Crawford was ducking. But obviously we know who ducked the whole time. And, now that Pacquiao went to the other side, it got to be disheartening and debilitating, mentally and a little bit physically that, Pacquiao walks over to PBC and then he fights Adrian Broner. That got to hurt. To see a guy that's nowhere near your equal, nowhere near your talent level, nowhere near the dedication and hard work that you put in, get gifted with a Manny Pacquiao fight. That make fighters think and move differently. You know what I'm saying? They see stuff like that. They want to continue that. They want to continue that process. They want to, move and cherry pick because of what was done to them. So Crawford looking at the situation like, man, you know what? I'm gonna keep fighting who I'm gonna fight and doing what I'm doing because look how they doing with Manny Pacquiao. He got to fight who he wanted to fight. He was even going to come down to 135 and fight Vasily Lomachenko, but he couldn't come to 140 to fight me. And that just changes my boxer's mindset on wanting to fight the best because when it become your turn to try to be in line the best, then you got to do all this work. You got to get aged all the way out to fight the best. And then by the time, they ready to make them fights, they age you all the way out. So you got to feel for Bud, man. Bud wanted that fight, and he see Adrian Broner, a guy who don't have none of the focus, none of the discipline. He got some of the talent, but he ain't him. And the bad guys in boxing finish first. The bad fighters, the terrible fighters. Boxing don't want the best fighting the best. They don't want the best fight. He couldn't get the torch passed to him because he was going to beat Pacquiao. Broner get an opportunity at the torch because Pacquiao feel that he can't beat him. you know. If Pacquiao to come up here and just straight lie, it ain't nothing new. About the shoulder injury, a straight lie when it came to that fight with Floyd Mayweather. Wasn't nothing wrong with his shoulder. He had his grand arrivals that week at the Mandalay Bay. You know what I'm saying? He had his grand arrivals at the Mandalay Bay, okay? And he was saying, we're gonna do a public service and we're gonna beat Floyd Mayweather. He was lifting his arms up, he was shaking people. He wasn't nothing wrong with his arm. This dude been lying and making excuses his whole career. You know what I'm saying? Been lying and making excuses. So really, it ain't nothing new. Nothing new at all. And people believe everything Manny Pacquiao say. And you can't believe everything everybody say. You know what I'm saying? But they believe everything Manny Pacquiao say religiously. And you think Terence Crawford will be scared of Manny Pacquiao? They know it. Freddie Roach will tell the truth. Freddie Roach, you know, he can't hold his lip. He like a little Wendy Williams of boxing. They tell Freddie Roach, shut up, don't say nothing. Freddie Roach still keep talking. This is when he still had Manny Pacquiao, so it wasn't no sour grapes. They didn't want no parts of Terence Crawford. That's well documented. He priced himself out for Terence Crawford. He knew it was going to happen. And guess what? Like Crawford said in the post on Twitter, you still got God trying to cherry pick. And that's what's going to happen to a lot of these fighters out here these days. A lot of these fighters going out here cherry picking these unknown contenders. One of these dudes going to get effed up, man. Guys on the Zone, guys on PBC, guys on ESPN. It's already going to happen this year. Jesse McAdone, sorry if I butchered his name, he wasn't supposed to lose he probably supposed to lose to Isaac Dogbay. Okay? He wasn't supposed to. So lucky, I thought he'd get beat Danny Jacobs. He wasn't supposed to compete with Danny Jacobs like that. He supposed to come in there, he was moving up in weight. He's supposed to come in there and get knocked out. A lot of these dudes trying to protect their own, trying to protect their belts. Eventually, bro, you're going to get got. Somebody going to come up and get you. It's going to be the guy you least expected. One of these unknown African guys, or one of these UK guys. Callum Johnson almost scored a knockout versus Arthur Baturbia. Almost did. So it's going to be when you least expect it. So you're going to mess around and lose to an unknown fighter. Your stock really going to drop. People really going to start respecting your name and putting respect to your name. We can respect you if you lose to another elite fighter. If you lose to a Terence Crawford Pacquiao, you can lose to an Errol Spence. Okay? We can respect that. But you lost to a Jeff Horn, and then Terence Crawford came right behind you and cleaned Jeff Horn up real good. He stopped Jeff Horn when you didn't even stop Jeff Horn. You almost did, but you still lost. So you had rather went all the way to Australia to fight Jeff Horn in his backyard than fought Terence Crawford somewhere more comfortable for you to fight him at. And you still got robbed. So that'd be a message to all the fighters. Eventually, karma gonna get you. You can run away from a threat, but eventually, somebody gonna get you. You keep running too long. And Manny Pacquiao full of junk, bro. He full of junk. And you notice he been full of junk for years. Thought that might promote her. Bob Arum and Michael Collins have been protecting Pacquiao for years, man. For years versus fighters like Terence Crawford. And then he go out there, got the audacity to go into a luncheon, in Manila in the Philippines and say that Crawford was scared of him. I wish you would come to America and say some dumb shit like that. They throw tomatoes at you. Thought you worked for Rotten Tomatoes. Would put you in the garbage disposal. He be saying some of the most ludicrous things, man, and the fans just eat it up. There's probably fans that really believe that too. Even after seeing what Crawford did to Jeff Horn. Bud ain't scared of nobody in this boxing game. Let me tell you that right now. Nobody. He don't have the mentality to be scared. But we know Pacquiao do. Pacquiao was scared of that drug test. Pacquiao was scared of that Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao don't want to fight none of these young bucks, man. So you go out your way to slander Bud Crawford and lead a promotional company and start talking. Bob Arum will tell you, even though it's salty grapes with Bob Arum too. Bob Arum even tell you that's a bunch of hogwash. Put this in perspective, man. Put this in perspective, okay? This man, Manny Pacquiao, okay? This guy Pacquiao was willing to drop 12 pounds to fight Lomachenko before he was willing to stay at his weight at 147 and face Terence Crawford. He was willing to go down 2 full weight classes to fight Lomachenko and fight Terence Crawford. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That just tells you as much how much respect he got for Terence Crawford and how much fear he got in getting embarrassed. Your Pacquiao's old, he's an older fighter, and I don't care if you an older fighter, don't fight no more. Go do a European tour. Go fight the best that the European and UK got to offer. Don't be over here wasting our TV time if you scared to still compete. And they go for Floyd Mayweather as well, but y'all know what it is, man. Goodfellas Sports TV. We up in here doing what we do. One time for the one time. Much blessed to all the brothers and sisters across the way. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you check us out on all social media platforms. The links in the description. We'll make a donation. The links in the description. Shout out to everybody that do donate. Shout out to everybody that was on earlier with us. And, shout out to everybody that was on there with us, man, this morning. Early morning grind, Saturday special edition. You can catch the replay on YouTube or you catch it on the podcast so you don't have to have the YouTube application open, man. So we're going to continue to hold it down. We're going to continue to be blessed. Continue to thank all the brothers and sisters for sharing the video, sharing the channel name. And shout out to World Breaker Fighting. Shout out to the Golden Gloves Boxing. Shout out to the Cali Enigma Boxing and Sports Network. Shout out to 7A Sports TV for showing love coming through this morning. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. Make sure to subscribe to my brother Stay Ready Boxing TV.